Miami Heat Nation. Hello, guys. My name is Trent, and over here, we are going to be covering the Miami Heat's off-season and heading into next year. Now, guys, if y'all support the Miami Heat or your favorite team is the Miami Heat, this is the perfect channel for y'all, so make sure you drop that sub and turn on post notifications. Now, guys, in today's video, we are going to be talking about 3 to 5 free agents the Miami Heat should target in this year's offseason. Now, starting off with number 1 is TJ Warren. Now, TJ Warren is a very interesting player, and the reason why I say that is because we understand and we all remember TJ Warren in the bubble. He looked like he was better than Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and LeBron James all in one. Now, obviously, when the bubble went over, we went back to real stadiums and went back to fans, and he kind of came back to who he was. Just a very average player that can give you 15 to 20 points. Now, the reason why I do like TJ Warren is because he has been consistent throughout his career. Now, this year, unfortunately, he was out for the rest of the year, with a foot injury and only played 4 games. So that I think definitely is going to affect him in free agency. But that'll definitely help out the Miami Heat because they're not in tax hell just yet. But if they do sign someone to a huge contract, then they will. But stat-wise, for this year, averaged about 15 points a game, 15.5 to be exact, shooting 54% from the field, 3.5 rebounds, and 1.2 assists. Now, in 2019-2020 is a better sample because he played 67, averaged about 20 points a game, shooting 54% from the field, 4.2 rebounds, 1.5 assists, while shooting 40% from the three-point line and averaging about 1.2 steals. And his last contract that he was on was a 4-year, $47 million contract, and he was making about 11.75. So with this injury and teams not really knowing if he's going to be 100% again, and stuff like that, I definitely think the Miami Heat could get him for the low. And also, he has been linked to the Miami Heat for several years now. So I definitely think the Miami Heat should look into this. And I definitely think he will help out Jimmy Buckets in the playoffs and in the regular season, whatever the case may be, in scoring, because that's what the Miami Heat need to do this offseason is find more scores. So you guys let me in the comment sections, how do you feel about TJ Warren? Number 2 on the list, Mo Bamba. Now, if the Miami Heat can snag Mo Bamba, I will be super excited. If they can snag him in the draft, I'll even be more excited because I've been hearing reports that Mo Bamba is going to get traded in the draft. So hopefully the Miami Heat and Pat Riley do make this move because I think Mo Bamba could be our starting 5. We put Bam Adebayo to the 4 position. 1, we're going to get better on the defensive end. But 2, Bam could play his right position and Mo Bamba could space out the floor. It's not like when they're on the court together, it's going to be clogged up because Mo Bamba he pretty much obviously do different stuff. It's not like he has to work in the paint. It's not like he's limited. He's kind of like a demigod. He can do a lot of stuff. This year had a breakout year for the Orlando Magic. I don't plan the Orlando Magic to keep him. They got the number 1 overall pick. They already, signed Wendell Carter to a huge contract, so I think he's going to be moving on. But his stats for the year, close to average about 11 points a game, shooting 49% from the field, 8.1 rebounds, 1.2 assists, while shooting 38% from the three-point line and averaging about 1.7 block. So on the defense end with Bam and Mo Bamba, that's incredible. And then on the offense end with Jimmy Buckets, Bam, Mo Bamba, and Kyle Lowry, if he's conditioned, that would definitely be smooth. And I don't think Mo Bamba is going to be too expensive. I think he is going to get paid, but I don't think he's going to be outrageous expensive. And I think the Miami Heat should definitely go look at Mo Bamba. Number 3, another center, but this is going to be a backup center to replace Dwayne Dedmon and Javel Mcgee. Now, Javel Mcgee is always those players that you love. He's very cheap, always signs a 1-year deal. You're never going to see Javel Mcgee sign a 2-year deal or a 3-year deal. It's not in his career. He's not young. He's not that player before. He's always going to sign 1-year deals, and he's always going to go to a championship team. So I'd definitely love to bring in Javel Mcgee. This year is about 9.2 points a game, shooting 63% from the field, 6.7 rebounds, 1.1 block. And like I said, he'd definitely be a better option than Dwayne Dedmon. The energy he provides, the championship experience, he's a veteran. And I feel like he will fit the Miami Heat culture. So you guys let me in the comment sections, how do you feel about that? And then number 4 would be Victor Oladipo. Victor Oladipo, I definitely think we need to bring back. We do got the bird rights on him, so I definitely think we will. Eric Spoelstra is excited about him pretty much in the exit interview. He said, watch when Victor Oladipo has a full training camp, a full offseason to work. Whew, guys, imagine if Victor Oladipo turned into the player like he was on the Indiana Pacers. We wouldn't have to trade for, a Bradley Beal or a Donovan Mitchell. We got Victor Oladipo and Jimmy Buckets. So I'm excited to see what he does. But his contract's going to be interesting too. Maybe get around like 10 mil around there because he had a very interesting year. Like, yes, he played at the end of the year, But also those games, he kind of broke out like 40 plus games. He had 20 plus point games. And then in the playoffs, his shooting was inconsistent. It was sometimes hard for him to score. But on the defense end, that's where he played incredible. So if he can keep that on the defense end and then improve his offense, just, slowly getting back into the game, whoo, that's definitely going to be a plus for the Miami Heat. And then number 5, obviously this is going to be very, very unlikely. But, sometimes we can dream, and NBA, a lot of weird stuff, it does happen. So, Joel Embiid. Now, the reason why I said it's very unlikely, Joel Embiid's on contract for a while. He has to request a trade, and even if he does request a trade, the 76ers are not giving him up. But Jimmy Buckets and Joel Embiid are really, really close. They always tweeting against each other. They never wanted to be separated. Obviously, Jimmy Buckets did play with Joel for, I believe, for a year or so with the 76ers, and they chose Tobias Harris over him. But if Jimmy Buckets had a Joel Embiid, I honestly think they'll win the East a couple years in a row. Definitely reach the NBA Finals. And yeah. So like I said, you guys let me in the comment sections, how do you feel about my 5 options? I'm not going to be making these crazy videos talking about Donovan Mitchell, Bradley Beal, and these obviously 5 options of free agency, because it's not realistic. I mean, it is realistic in a way, but not crazy realistic. But I feel like these players are realistic, cheap, and can fit in the salary cap, and definitely still help us improve heading into next year. So, like I said, let me know in the comments what y'all think. I love you guys so much, and I'm out. Peace.